10 days in, Bernie, and we heard from the president, former president, Obama. You know, it's so weird because after 8 years, this morning I was cutting some news, and President Obama, it still rolls off the tongue.
Sure.
It's kind of like changing the year on a check.
Yeah, I did it once.
You know what I mean?
It
just kind of rolls off.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, the big talk for the last several days, especially over the weekend, has been the ban on immigration, some of the confusion that started. That seems to have leveled off just a bit. Eben Brown joins us with an update. All right, are we getting more people on board or at least understanding what's going on at this point?
Probably not, but we are seeing a reduction, or probably everyone who had been demonstrating at airports over the weekend has gone home. But what we're seeing now is a lot more political fallout. Yesterday, a deputy attorney general who is acting as the attorney general, leading the Justice Department, Sally Yates, an Obama administration holdover, while they await the confirmation of Jeff Sessions, said yesterday publicly that she would direct the department not to defend the order in court and that she felt the order was perhaps illegal, and so President Trump fired her.
Wow. And that has kind of brought off things. You have people using the authoritarian word, but then you have people thinking it's just a holdover from Obama, that they don't have a leader. You know, that department doesn't have a confirmed leader yet. You have to have someone in there.
Well, you have to have someone in there, but the president would probably like someone who is on board with his policies, and these people are political appointees who serve at the pleasure of the president. So firing her is probably, I would say, within his rights to do so. There are some people who have put down the comparison to another president who fired his Justice Department leadership. At the time, it was referred to as the Saturday Night Massacre because it happened late on a Saturday night. And we're talking about President Nixon, who fired his Justice Department administrators because they would not fire a special prosecutor who was investigating him for the Watergate issues. So Chuck Schumer, the senator from New York, yesterday called this the Monday Night Massacre. Although I don't think it's a fair comparison because the Justice Department isn't investigating President Trump for wiretapping his political adversaries or something like that. That's really where the fight is now moved to. We're seeing a lot of this, and it's going down again party lines, and it really shows how divided things are. There's a lawsuit filed by a number of state attorneys general over this. It's being led by the state attorney general in Washington state, and they're all Democrats. Conversely, we've seen Republican attorneys general and attorneys general and governors coming out with lavish praise for this executive order and the action on immigration. So again, I think it just highlights this deep divide that really goes down party line and really splits the nation in two.
So I know a lot of especially over the weekend, a lot of the ranking Republicans were pretty quiet on the issue, at least until like Sunday. I mean, is everyone pretty comfortable, you think, now that either they're coming out in support with it or kind of explaining their position? Because it was kind of a weird, kind of in the middle thing.
What's really interesting to me is that some of the language that's come out from either members of Congress about the immigration action, we have seen the feisty, rancor and opposition from leaders on the Democratic side, like Charles Schumer and Nancy Pelosi. But from a lot of people who are not in Democratic Party leadership, we have seen statements that have said, look, we understand the need for better security. Perhaps this wasn't well implemented, or perhaps maybe there should have been more consultations. We have not seen the harsh language coming from rank-and-file senators and House members the way we are used to. And I think that's because a lot of these folks in Congress, even though they may be Democrats, are hailing from states that voted for Donald Trump or from districts that voted for Donald Trump. And they realize that a lot of people want this executive action and want this type of stringent check on who's coming into the country. This is something that was a campaign promise, and really nobody should be surprised that it came about within the first couple weeks of the administration.
Got to leave it there for time. Thanks very much, Jeff. We appreciate it. As we continue to follow what is going on with the Trump administration, one of his biggest tasks we knew even during the election was going to be appointing a new Supreme Court justice, and we should know who his pick is tonight. Or it should be confirmed, Rachel, right?
Yeah, good morning. Well, President Trump is going to make an announcement from the White House tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern. A lot of court watchers have been wondering for a long time who his nominee would be. It's been narrowed down to about three federal appeals court judges look to be the leading candidates. One that we're hearing a lot about is federal appeals court judge Neil Gorsuch. He currently serves on the 10th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals in Denver. He went to Harvard Law School. He was a clerk to Justice Anthony Kennedy. He would be one of the youngest judges to rise to the Supreme Court. He's only 49 years old, so he's definitely one of the ones that's a big name. Also, Judge Thomas Hardiman, who is a federal appeals court judge right now in Pittsburgh. Actually, what's interesting about him is he drove a taxi to help pay for his law degree.
Wow, that's really interesting. You gotta have...
he went to Georgetown University, so that must have been a lot of taxi driving.
Yes.
Probably.
Anytime he wasn't in class, he was driving a taxi. That's the rest of the story. So, okay, you know what? So I knew about that, the Colorado judge, but it just kind of hit me. Do you think maybe having a voice from Denver on the judge could change the nationwide pot laws?
That's a very good question. I kind of doubt it, though, because he's still... Even though he's from Denver,
he is a conservative. Though. Yeah, he is a conservative.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
I originally thought, too, Denver, that's interesting. They found a conservative judge there?
Yeah. They found the one, Rachel.
They found the one.
I looked for one, yes.
Right.
Wow, very interesting.
No, I don't think it's going to affect pot laws.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm not asking for myself. I'm just saying.
He's asking for a friend.
Hey, come on.
Oh, you're asking for a friend? Okay.
Gosh, I hate y'all. So, I mean, this is just the latest thing. Trump has had a really busy week. Yesterday, we know there was the relaxation, or we don't know the exacts of what it's going to be on small businesses. We know the immigration ban happened. I mean, you are a top-rate reporter, Rachel, but are you a psychic too? Like, what's next? Like, I just want to prepare myself for
I can't.
I just want to pre-write Facebook posts. Like, I want to have things ready.
You want to be able to do that, but you can't. And one thing about this White House is that feet hit the floor at like 5 a.m., and I don't think the lights go out till about midnight. And so I was going to bed last night, and up pops the Sally Yates firing as acting attorney general.
I know.
And it goes on, before dawn till late at night, and we knew it was going to be this way, but the actual experience of it is quite different.
Thanks, Rachel, for your time. We appreciate it. Wow. We will look ahead into the Trump administration as it continues, and some news that we could be hearing something soon about LGBTQ rights, all that coming up. This is Acadiana's Morning News. Stay with us.